Welcome to another episode of the Who Hurt You Bro podcast. My name is Mel, a.k.a. Legendary Shit.
It's your boy Jay, a.k.a. Brooklyn Poppy, Sazón con Fuego. You already know what it is.
All right, we got a special guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Jody. I'm the host of the Prhoevocative podcast. That's Prhoevocative. Spell it with a hole in the middle because we all got a little hole in the middle.
Facts. I was gonna think about some horror shit I was gonna do right now. Nah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about your live show tomorrow, so you could tell them a little.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I'm in New York. I'm from Chicago. So me and my team, we in New York collabing with a lot of different New York content creators, and we are throwing a Battle of the Sexes live podcast show where we basically debate different things around sex, relationships, and parenting. But I like to tell people it's as if, imagine if Wild 'N Out responded to tweets.
That's heat.
So it's some shit like that where it's like verbal tweets in real life. So like you see a meme or some shit like that, and then it's like, boom, whatever the fuck come to your head, like you get up there and like you damn near like just, people are watching you retweet in real life type shit.
That's fire.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that concept.
yeah.
That's a funny concept.
Yeah, like we trying to bring something different to the live show market for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, we gonna pull up.
We definitely pulling up.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. We got Tahoe coming out, Mistress Marley,
Shout out to Tahoe.
Ash from Ash Your Heart Out. We
Shout
got
out to
Mouse
yeah.
Jones. So yeah, it's gonna be lit.
So,
That's fine.
I wanted to ask, like, how did you come up with the name Prhoevocative with the hole in the middle?
Y'all, I remember like it was yesterday.
Camera
I
right
was
there.
right here.
Right here.
Okay, that's my camera. I remember like it was yesterday. I was high. I was high as fuck.
So many stories start like this.
I always get really good ideas when I'm high. And I had ate an edible, and I eat edibles and then clean up. So I'm doing the dishes. And the word provocative just by itself has always been my favorite word. I don't know why. It just felt right. Like it just resonated with me as a word. And then I was like, oh, that's the name of my podcast, Prhoevocative. But I'm going to spell it with a hole in the middle because phonetically it's still provocative.
Yeah.
So what I was able to do with the word provocative is make it more provocative by putting a triggering hoe word in the middle. So I'm like, I'm going to take that word and do more.
So it's a horse sandwich.
Like, I feel like I just put like, you know.
I'm saying, like, think about it. It's a horse sandwich. There's something at the end. It's like 2 pieces of bread with the hole in the middle. I fuck with it.
It's real meaty in the middle.
That's crazy. I like that.
It's real meaty in the middle. So,
that.
that's literally how it happened. And I was like, all right, cool. That's what we doing.
So you like classify yourself as a hoe?
Yes.
I don't have a follow-up question. I just wanted to see.
I have one. All right, so right? I felt like there was a mean pause there. I was like, no, I'm a hoe. Okay.
Put me off guard a little bit.
Right? All right. So what is your definition of a hoe or a whore?
So a hoe is someone that moves unapologetically, irregardless of what society deems as normative in terms of how you express yourself sexually, from a sexual perspective. So anything that damn near goes against the grain is like, all right, cool. Women, ladies, to be respectable, they have to move this way. If you say, fuck that, I'm going to move how I want to because that's what makes me happy. If it means that, all right, cool, I'm just going to navigate through this life irregardless of what is respectable as a woman, you damn near a hoe. Because what we know to be true is it doesn't matter about how many people you do or don't have sex with. You're going to be called a hoe by somebody just because they mad.
Agreed.
So,
okay.
If the worst thing that a motherfucker call a woman is a hoe, and you be like, okay.
So you own it.
Yeah, like, now what? What else do you have? Like, nobody can make me feel embarrassed about anything. And it's so liberating to not feel embarrassed by anything because, like, I know who the fuck I am. I know what I do and don't do. A motherfucker calling me a hoe but can't name 2 niggas I fuck, like, where's the, like.
So I think there's a lot of correlation between,
Okay.
So there's a lot of correlation between, for instance, embarrassment and shame, right? Do you still feel shame in certain things?
No.
So you're shameless.
So
Yeah, like if I did that shit, I did it.
do you feel like you're in a whole phase, or you feel like you're just like a permanent hoe?
I intentionally got into a whole phase.
What, like, did you pull up, then park, and then make sure you paid the whole meter?
No, like dead ass. So I'll give y'all a little background about me. And this is why, again, I don't really give a fuck to really own that part of myself. I was in 2 long-term relationships. Like, basically my whole 20s were shot because I was in relationships. And I was like, I hear people talking about how, like, they had, like, college experimental phases and all that shit. And I'm like, yo, I wasn't doing none of that. So I felt like I owed it to myself to explore that so that I knew what I did or did not like. And for me, I was like, I turned 30. It was literally my 30th birthday. I was like, I ain't had no hoe phase. That ends now. And I was like, I'm gonna be a hoe. Like, I woke up one day, I was like, I'm gonna be a hoe. And it didn't even start with like me, I'm just gonna go out and fuck people. That's not what it was, because hoeing was about self-exploration. So for me, I started out hoeing with masturbating.
High five, double clicking the mouse. Let's go.
Double click on the mouse.
Aggressive spreadsheets out here, son.
Y'all funny as a shit.
I feel like we've gotten a really good understanding of the beginning parts of your hoeing.
Yeah.
Right? So give me the whole checklist. Obviously, it started with masturbation.
Go ahead.
Right?
So I feel like, again, for me, it was so many things that I had not done and I had not tried because I was in these 2 long-term relationships. Like, literally, I was in a relationship from the age of 16 to 22 and then 23 to 30.
Damn.
I'm a relationship girl, but I wanted to be a hoe.
So you was faithful in both those relationships?
Yo, we got wild unnecessarily fucking quiet, son. That was OD quiet.
Huh?
You can't hit me with a man. That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
I had to ask.
What happened was?
It depends on who you ask.
No. I'm asking you.
All right. Matter of fact, hold on.
I was about to say, it was cheat-ish.
I'll give you an out. Was it
Look back.
Was it sexual in nature or emotional in nature?
Sexual.
You cheated. You say,
was it a lick back or you did it first?
I did not do it first.
Yeah, I think if you sit there at any point and say something like, I forgive you, and then proceed to take any dick and or tongue or finger, the forgiving part was bullshit, and at that point, that's cheating.
That's not what happened.
And in reverse would be the same way.
That's not what happened. The reason why I say it's cheat-ish, I don't think technically I cheated. So what happened was we had broken up.
Oh, you was on a break.
And then
which is bullshit, God.
we were on a break, and he ended up leaving the city, and then we got back together while he was gone.
Wait, what? So it happened when he left the city.
Mm-hmm.
So he cheated when he left the city, or you cheated when he left the city?
I did.
Okay.
How long was he away from the city?
A year.
Okay, and you had already, all right.
All right, the ish.
Ish?
No.
A year.
Ish?
Yeah, ish. I'm with you on that.
You know what?
Because I feel like here's the thing. When you were here and we had broke up, you was like, all right, this is what it is. And I said, cool. Then you go off and now you want me back because you like, damn, you probably going to be fucking people while I'm gone. I felt like it was a control move.
Wait,
and it didn't stop me.
Y'all broke up before he left?
Mm-hmm.
But before he left,
No, so we was broken up when he left. Like a month into him being gone, he was like, no, I want us to, get back together and work through it. But he was still gone. Ain't so black and white, is it?
No, it's still pretty black and white, but
No, it ain't.
You cheated, but I'm with it. Rock out, it's your world, boo. I ain't here to judge nobody. But I just think that when
it ain't no judgment. That's why I say it's sticky. It's not a straight like,
there's plenty of things that are sticky.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you cheated, I'm finna cheat back. It was just one of those situations where it's like I was put in like through me doing that, I realized that I needed to be alone.
You were checked out at a certain point, and then you were just like, I'm done. I'm assuming, correct?
I mean, eventually. Like, I feel like me having that moment and then me feeling guilty about the fact that I had, something else going on with this other person. Because I felt guilty. However, then also I was like, I dislike that I felt guilty because I really should just be single.
Copy.
So that I can do it guilt-free.
I got you then. All right. I feel like now I have a better understanding.
Yeah. So like for me, being in those, relationships for so long, and then I'm battling myself where it's like, no, I'm a relationship person. I want to be with this person. But at the exact same time, I know that I feel trapped and I'm not being able to explore or figure out what the fuck I truly want. So it's a conflict that's constantly taking place.
I think that happens a lot with with young relationships. Like a lot of people are like, well, you got to get into a relationship young. You want to do it in your prime years. But I think your prime years are your best opportunities to figure yourself out. Like you don't know who the fuck you are to like, for women it's a little younger, but for like men to like 25, 27.
And I hate that people say for women it's a little younger because it's like, it's fucked up that we are conditioned from a very early age to hurry up and get into a relationship. Like men are not conditioned that way, women are. So for a motherfucker like me to get into a relationship at 16, I look back and I'm like, I really wish I was not.
But at 16, you wanted that, correct?
Do I truly know what I want at 16? I'm just doing what I've been conditioned to think is appropriate. Like, oh, no, have a boyfriend. You do these things with your boyfriend. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Then in hindsight, it's like, yo.
I feel you. To be fair, though, when I mean that a few years younger, I'm talking about the point of maturity that women meet, right? They meet it earlier than men, just scientifically, right? Women mature faster than men do. Not for relationships and shit like that, but women have their shit together mentally. Their brains are formed faster than men's are. That's actual scientifically. That's why people say that. Then you have all the social shit. I don't think people say that
because here's the thing. Scientifically, women enjoying sex was considered a mental illness until the 1900s. So I'm not trying to hear shit about science. We could like that. I don't.
But that's how we grow. The reason why I say that is like when you look at women mature faster. It's a fact, right? They do. That doesn't necessarily mean mentally everyone's at the same point because everyone's individualistic. Individually, you're going to meet it at a different point. But as overall, like generalized...
So then it's not a woman or a man thing. That means that people just mature at different rates. I don't think it's like, because you're a woman and this is a man, by the time you reach this age, this person is going to be more mature. Like, it's too many factors. Where did you grow up? Who were your parents?
Childhood
what type
trauma,
of... all that shit factors into how you actually finna be moving in your maturity level. So if you are someone who has been coddled their whole fucking life, man or woman, you damn near behind the ball versus somebody that grew up in the trenches type shit and you looking at life a little different. Like it's not a gender thing. It's a where you from, what were you exposed to, how do you cope with shit based on like how your parents raised you to cope with shit.
See, but that's us talking about individuals. And at that point, you're absolutely correct. Like, I can't disagree with you. But when we're taking a pullback, right? And we're taking an overall look, we can say on average that people kind of perform this way, right? There are always going to be the people who are kind of fucking wild and it's kind of crazy. But even us, when we sit there and say things, if someone's in their 30s and they're doing some wild, dumb shit, the first thing in your mind that hits is you should know better than that. You're old enough, right? Men and women. It's just a certain point that you hit that you're like, all right, you should already know this. And there could be mitigating circumstances that put them in that spot.
I hear you. But the reason that is dangerous is because it excuses male behavior. Because you saying like, oh, well, now I'm excusing you because like, so it's like you telling a woman like, no, you are more mature at a younger age than a man. So your behavior is unexcusable versus him where it's like, oh no, he still got a couple more years to be, to fuck up and mature and get his shit together. Like that's fucked up.
I don't think that it excuses anything because even a child has to be held to account for the actions that they do. Right? And there's no excuse there. Nah. All it's saying is that if you have, so for instance, if someone's and we could just do it individually, right?
Uh-huh.
If someone matures better and at 25 they got their shit together.
But that shit is still subjective as fuck. What does that mean to be mature in what aspect? Are you sexually mature? Are you emotionally mature? Like, you have a certain level of emotional intelligence by a certain age. Like, we know that people are fucked up in the head, fucked up when it comes to their feelings, fucked up with it's different things. Like, it's too many factors for us to sit here and say, like, all right, based on gender, women do this and men do that. That literally just fuels all of the fucked up shit that we've been conditioned to believe about men versus women.
I can see your point. I don't fully agree, but you definitely gave me insight on it that I didn't think about.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely appreciate that.
All right, let's pivot a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Do you classify yourself as a sex coach?
Oh, I am a sex coach. It's not a classification. I did the work.
So you be in the corner while they be doing it? Be like, good game, nice pump.
I'm with that because I'm a voyeur. I'm actually with some shit like that. I can't wait till I get a client that's like, okay, we really just want you to come in the bathroom and come in the bedroom and watch us. I'm like, yes, my type of client. So I'm with that shit. I accidentally had a threesome by coming to watch somebody.
Accidentally had a threesome.
Please expand. I want to hear this.
It was an accident.
I want to accidentally have a threesome.
I don't know how my tongue wound up in there. That's crazy. What happened?
Oh shit, I'm naked. How do we get here? So I got a homeboy, and I had asked him like, can I? So we was like just on the phone type shit. He was like, "Yo, these two chicks trying to like take me down type shit," and I'm like, "Oh, I love that for you. Can I come watch?" And he's like, "No," and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Cause if you come watch, you need to join."
Facts.
And I was like, "That's crazy.
That's facts though.
I don't think we're friends." So I made a status, and I was like, I was distraught. So I was like, I made like a story on my Snap or Facebook or some shit. But I was like, if I can't watch you have sex, are we really friends? And then this chick.
That's a real question, I guess.
Yeah, it's a real question. Like, I want to know the level of friendship that we have if I can't watch you have sex. Like, because I feel like I should be able to watch my friends have sex. I would let my friends watch me have sex. Like,
just to be clear, I just want to clear this up. We're not that good friends, bro. That's not the kind of friends we are. Not having a pop. Yeah.
So I said that, like, I'm on my story. I'm like, I just feel like we aren't really friends if I can't watch you have sex. And then this chick DM me and was like, you can come watch me. And I was like, just let me know when to bring the popcorn. And then she did it, said like, all right, cool, like slide on this day, whatever. And boom, threesome. Didn't get no sleep that night.
So you was better off.
Yeah, you could have had a
Better
foursome.
off having a foursome with the friend.
That's what I realized recently, that I got okie doked.
Yeah, you took one less. That's crazy. You gotta.
No, that's why I said it was an accident. I was like, damn, I slow a little bit. Like, I didn't think it through.
It was like 20% off a sexual encounter, bro.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Like why would you do that?
I really couldn't. And it threw me all the way off. Like, I still ended up getting fucked.
You ain't see that coming though?
No, I didn't.
You thought that you was just gonna really sit
Hold
there
on,
and
we gonna walk past like you didn't see that coming.
As an exhibitionist, I will dead ass let someone watch me and not ask them to join. So no, I didn't see it coming because I would do that. I would have sex in front of people and not feel like, oh no, you have to participate if you're watching me. Like, no.
Okay.
And even as a voyeur, I can watch and not feel the need to participate. I could really just sit back and just like, oh, shit.
So like, are you on movie critic mode type shit? Are you like, I would have done that differently, maybe a leg up. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like you didn't stretch first.
Like, so if you're watching and you're not like doing nothing, not playing with yourself, you're not like,
No.
so just like, so what you're thinking then? Like,
she's got her legs crossed with her hands like this
what's
and
going through
shit.
your mind then?
I'm just watching. Like, that's entertainment for me. So I literally just like to watch. I don't have to participate.
Are you sexually aroused at that point? Or is it just like watching a flick?
See, even when I watch porn, I don't be sexually aroused.
See, I think for men that's different. If I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there.
Yeah, like dick.
There's gonna be a response. I'm gonna be like, yo, can you relax, fam? Appreciate you.
No, see, like for me, I watch it like I would watch TV. So I literally had like a homegirl, because I like to share like my dick sucking videos with people. I think I do a good job, so I'd be proud of my work. So I invited a chick over and I put it like on the big screen so like she could.
So you have 55 inches and you just gobbling dick? Like, yo, how do you think I did that? It's in my throat right there.
No, for real. And she was like, yo. And I'm like, right? So I have a praise kink too. So shit like that is like, I'm like, you see that?
Oh, so you looking for the high five? Copy.
Like,
Say less.
I'm like, yeah, like I like that.
That's wild as shit, son. She want a cheering section. She's like, all right, we're gonna go over my highlight reel.
Yeah.
I just need you guys to give me some comments and feedback. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know myself though.
I fuck with it. That's I don't think I could ever sit there and be like, yo, everyone come over real quick. I got a highlight reel for y'all to peep. And I'm just standing there like looking at them for affirmation.
Right, like, you see that? You see what I did there?
I Captain Morgan the shit out that bitch, right? No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. That's probably an insecurity of mine. I'm starting to notice more of my insecurities as I've been going along. Shit is nuts. I couldn't do that. Could you do a highlight reel and like show your peoples?
Nah.
Like you can have a movie night of it?
I mean, no. I probably would.
So I do have this idea where don't steal my shit.
Too late.
See,
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I want to do porn and popcorn.
That's heat. P&P?
Yeah. I want
It's
to do porn
going to
and
end up being
popcorn.
an orgy.
How? It's just porn.
Bro, I mean, if how many people gonna be there?
I haven't decided yet.
Just throw a number in there.
21.
It's gonna be an orgy.
Then you can ask, can you do something for me? I feel you. I got it. No, but my thing is like, but the thing is porn, that's another thing, right? Not everyone gets aroused to porn. Certain porns don't arouse people. Like if I see certain shit in porn, I'm just like, I get into that mode where I turn into a movie critic and I start talking shit.
I only watch 2 types of porn.
What 2 types?
Orgy, dick sucking.
So you like dick sucking, and anytime that there's multiple people that you've managed to get yourself alley-ooped into some shit.
I be having accidental threesomes like crazy. You would think that like, I don't know. I feel like I get a little dense. I don't take hints well. I'm better now.
She's like, yo, I want you to come watch us fuck. All right, I'm gonna give you a high five. That really meant you're tagged in. All right, take off your clothes. Like, what? How do these things happen?
The first time I thought we were going bowling.
The only pin that was getting knocked down was you. That's crazy. What are we talking about right now?
I really thought we were going bowling. Like, and then we ended up at the London house. It was crazy.
What the fuck? How does that happen? My nights have gone crazy sometimes, but they never gone from, yo, we're going bowling, to, yo.
No, like, it was definitely some red flags that night when it happened. Like, but again, I'm just like, I'm having fun. Like, we're like, but yeah. So even when motherfuckers like, oh, we're gonna Uber to the London house, I'm thinking we finna go to like their rooftop, not knowing that like their rooftop closed like an hour ago. So I'm like, again, that was a red flag that I kind of overlooked.
So then when you walked in.
No, like, so then in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe they need to get a room in order to go into the rooftop. So I'm literally like excusing behavior in my fucking head. It was wild. Like,
you were the greatest person to hang out with ever. No matter how crazy the night goes, she's gonna excuse that shit. Well, no, the reason why is because they know the president. You know what I mean?
Because I'm only thinking about good intentions. So I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. No need to panic. And then we get to the London house, and then like, first of all, I should have knew, because why did this motherfucker bring like a portable speaker? And I'm over here like, okay, Radio Raheem. Like, I'm not thinking nothing of it.
He brought a speaker for the on-deck R&B.
So
Let's
I'm
go.
like, I don't know. Maybe the niggas just wanted to listen to his own, I don't know. Radio Raheem. Okay, cool. So then we get in the room. And we just talking and vibing. We drinking. That was the first time I had Remy mixed with apple juice. Whoa, I was drinking that shit like it was straight apple juice.
Yeah, because you don't taste it.
Don't taste it at fucking all. That was...
So you got lined up multiple times?
Yeah. Well, 3 times.
Okay. So I'm gonna take
I wasn't lined up no more after...
I'm gonna take this a step further. Have all your threesomes been male-female, or has it been male-male?
Male-female.
So there's been no female-female, male-male?
Mm-mm.
Would you ever think about doing those?
Yeah.
So like if it was a scissor fest, it wouldn't bother you at all? You be with the shits?
Somebody got to have a strap. I like dick.
I fuck with the energy.
Like, I ain't mad at it.
I didn't expect that level of energy to come out, and I was just like,
hey.
I love that for you.
Yeah, like, I ain't mad if, like, it's a couple baddies, and it's like, all right, but somebody have to bring out, we got to bring a dilly out of somewhere.
A dilly is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is going in my repertoire of dumb shit to say going forward.
Yeah,
be like, yo, you like the dilly?
Yeah, somebody gotta pull the dilly out. Like, you gotta come from somewhere, and they better have multiple sizes.
All right, so do you count your bodies, or you don't care about that?
I don't count no more.
So if somebody asks you, what would you say?
That might have been 5 times 5.
Like,
I
was gonna say low key-ish.
I don't see the point of body count no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had a personal goal to have sex with all of the different zodiac signs. So once I did that, I was like, Thanos, I don't care no more.
Thanos.
He sat here and infinity gloved
Thanos.
niggas. I just want that shit to be clear.
I got all of.
She got all of them.
Yeah, I got all of them.
That's
all
hilarious, bro.
All of them.
Thanos.
That's crazy. That is fucking wild.
Oh man.
Again, I love that for you. That's I don't know what else to say to that. I don't get the body count conversation anymore. I think at the end of the day, does it really
dumb.
matter?
No, it doesn't matter, because what it comes down to is proper pussy management. And one thing
who's the director of that?
You are the director, you're the manager, you're
But
the fucking owner,
shit.
like, that's what it comes down to. Because here's the thing, people want to say like, oh, STDs. You can have sex with somebody the first time and get an STD. I know motherfuckers like that. Or you could be in a long-term relationship, boom, get an STD. Like, we not finna sit here and act like, oh, because of how many people you have sex with, now you're more, like, no. You just have to be responsible. As long as you're responsible and you are safe, you are prioritizing your own sexual health, you're fine. It doesn't fucking matter. Also, I hate the whole, like, loose pussy, like...
But that's bullshit.
Is dumb, and it's not even scientific. Like, all it does is perpetuate this constant slut shaming that we experience as women. And it's like, y'all having sex with women, right? Why the fuck do y'all want women to hate sex so bad?
I think the best argument I heard for that is, what's the difference between a shorty who slept with 100 dudes and a shorty who's been fucked 100 times?
Nothing.
Exactly. Still taking dick. So what's the difference? So if you're gonna call shorty a whore for sitting there sleeping with 100 dudes, you should call her a whore for taking a dick 100 times. Because her pussy's literally in the same condition. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't get loose. That has everything to do with everything else.
Yeah. Like, what it comes down to is, again, how do you care for what it is that you have going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you a motherfucker that it's like you could naturally have a weak pelvic floor?
Mm.
Are you somebody that, exercises and, you do your Kegels, and like, what are you doing to maintain your pussy? If you got whack pussy, if you got some shit that ain't hidden right, it's because you're not doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing to have some snatch. And part of it is also genetics. I feel like good pussy just runs in the family.
Yo, she brought out... Yo, I haven't heard snatch in a minute. That's crazy. Yo.
Yeah, everybody should do the snatch test. I did the snatch test earlier.
Wait, what's the snatch test?
Like, you put your finger in there and then you squeeze it.
That's why they used to call pussy snatch, because they grab you.
Yeah, like, I did the snatch test earlier. I'm like, snatch.
Yo, like checking the oil.
Yeah, like, all right, we all good down there. Yeah.
Street quartz.
Yeah, like, you put your finger in there and it go like, mm-hmm.
That's real shit. That's real shit. That is real shit. That's gangster. I don't know, like, I'm getting tired of some of those talking points when it comes to sex.
For sure. It's old. And unfortunately, I don't see it going away for a while, because we worked so hard as a society to have this stigma attached to sex. Like, it, again, literally, it wasn't until like the 1900s at some point where women enjoying sex was not considered a mental illness.
Mhm.
Like, if you had an orgasm in like the 1700s, they were calling you a witch. Like, they will kill you if you enjoy sex too much. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, like, some people still think that way. Like, what's a female orgasm? That shit isn't needed.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Like, I don't know. We really live in a society where sex is viewed as something that men do to women and not something that we experience together.
That is probably the best way of putting it. And sadly, that's the way things kind of come across a lot of the time, especially with some of this fuck shit that be going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, I personally think that at this point, women should be as open as they are willing to be, because it should be based on those women themselves. Like, they should set their boundaries up, not because of society, but because of what they feel comfortable with.
Exactly. And that's why, like, even when I talk, like, my whole shit, I tell people, like, because they be like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to be seen as a hoe. Look, you can define whatever that fucking means for you. Whatever is within your boundaries and whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to slut out these two niggas, like, and just consistently, like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna slut them out for the next year. I'm going, like, this is what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, cool. If you want to explore, just, you know, like, all right, cool, this month, this my nigga, next month, you out of here. What is comfortable for you? Because at the end of the day, what the fuck the next motherfucker got going on is not going to determine your happiness. Like, I'm not finna live for the approval of motherfuckers that don't even fucking matter at the end of the day. Like, when you own who the fuck you are sexually, it doesn't matter what a motherfucker say about you, because, yeah, I did that shit, now what?
So that brings me to another question. Like, is this something like a guy could tell you that he's into that'll make you look at him differently?
Feces play.
Yeah, scat is crazy.
Like, taking a shit on them?
Not scat in general. There's like play, like when she says feces play, like they playing with it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
like
hot potato out
playing
this
with
bitch.
Dookie. Like,
It's really hot potato out this bitch. It's
yeah,
I'll take that.
motherfuckers really like be, and that's some shit where it's like, look, I don't have a lot of hard fuck nose, but if you say anything about some Dookie, I think I'm out of there.
So if a nigga actually shit on him, you're not gonna do it?
Hell no. I can't even fart around people. It be like, I can't be like, oh, poo. I have to be like, no, I gotta get up out of here. It just don't feel right. My body won't let me do it.
Anything else or just
Oh, fisting. That shit is wild. You're not sticking no fucking fist in me unless you got like maybe little midget hands.
No, I'm done. I'm fucking done. She said, line up the midgets. Anything bigger than that, I can't
Yeah,
fuck
like
with
you
you.
can line up some midgets. I might try it. That's the only way I'll try fisting. Is a little midget hand.
Nah, I had a fisting experience and I couldn't go through it. It was just,
It's like
it was rubbing up against my knuckle up here, and I was like, I can't do
that's
this. I
what
can't do
I'm
this.
saying. Like, look, even I'm like, man, no. Like, and I don't even have a big fist. So a man, give me a little midget
Like, what happens
hands.
if my man got like them Andre the Giant hands? He's like, I'm trying to fist you, ma.
No.
if she asks you, you won't do it?
I told you I couldn't. It threw me off. Like, it threw me off. Like, you got to remember
If
when
she
you're
asks, I'm
doing
fisting
things.
the shit out of her, bro.
No, there's a lot of things that you're 100% cool with. I'm just
If
like,
she
why would you do
asks, I'm
that?
doing
Nah,
it.
like that's nah, I ain't with that.
I don't want to uppercut your uterus, bro. Like, this isn't Street Fighter. Right? I'm like, I'm not twisting the stick and hitting punch, bro. I'm like, this is not happening right
And
now.
that's the thing. Do you like keep your fist balled up the whole time, or do you go like?
No, my thing is like, there's different ways.
No, you can't open your
First
hand.
off, you technically you're supposed to start with the spear,
Okay.
right? And then as soon as it starts to open up, because arousal is what opens up the vagina. Like, as the woman gets more aroused, her pussy opens up, right? And then you slowly go full fist till your wrist
Alright, so
deep.
how far you
Like,
got?
if you have
How
a,
far
if you
you
have a
got?
watch, you might lose that shit in there. Like, I'm not doing that.
How far
And
did you
here's
get,
the
though?
thing.
Huh?
How far did you get when you was doing it?
To my knuckle.
Fist or just
No, I started spear. I'm a gentleman.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying that it's like unrealistic to obviously motherfuckers be doing that shit. Like, I mean, hell, when I get a pap smear, I moan a little bit because that shit, it's like, ooh, shit. But the whole Nah, I ain't with
Hold
that.
on, wait. Do that motion one more time. I need that one more time. Look like she's churning butter. What the fuck?
Oh man.
I'm good on that. That's just something that I don't ever. And I'm the type of motherfucker where I'll damn near try anything once, twice if I like it. But that, if you come to me act like, I don't think I need to feel that. I don't want to. I'm good. I'm straight on that.
That's nutty, bro. That's so fucking nutty to me. That's crazy.
That's funny. All right.
So Mel, you got big fists, bro. So you trying to?
I'm not into it.
Look at the yo, son. Like, come on, bro. With them ham hocks you got for fucking hands,
Bro,
you want to shove it in Shorty's vagina?
If she asks me, I'll try it. If she into I'll try it.
I'm not mad at the openness to experiment with it. Me, it's a fuck no.
I don't know. I think for me, like, it has to do with that. Like, I can't get into it. Like,
you tried it though.
He said he couldn't.
I tried it because I'm of the same mind. Like, I'll try something. I mean, you asked. Fuck
How did she ask?
She was
like,
so.
Stick your foot.
No, it started with fingers.
Stick your fist in my
It started with fingers. And yes, you add more fingers, right? And so I was at 3, and I'm like,
you sure? And your fingers
she was like,
small.
she was like, yeah, I got sausages for fingers. Yeah.
Wait, so you put 4? She's like,
so I put 4, and she was like, go more. And I was like, I only got 1 more left. Like, what the fuck? You want me to get the other one involved? I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing?
This is not prayer hands. You're going to
hands in the pussy.
Prayer hands in the pussy is crazy. What are you doing in there?
Hail Mary.
What?
Prayer hands in the pussy.
Like, I didn't know. Like, you know what it might have been too? I'm pretty sure now that if I was asked and I felt like I could do it, I probably could. But it was because it was offsetting me by the way that she was. It was throwing you off,
for sure.
Like she was like, no, more. I'm like, this only this isn't gonna get deep in there, man. Like, it's a thumb. Like, the fuck? And then I started. She was like, yeah, no, you could do it. And I was like, no, I can't. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
Oh man, that is funny.
Prayer hands in a pussy. That's the name of the episode.
Prayer hands. Yo, prayer hands is crazy. Nah, bro, this shit is nuts, man. I feel you. I'm glad that I found someone else who's like, there's a reluctancy there.
Have you ever had like post-nut clarity?
Yes.
Tell me one story.
I think I have more times than I like to admit.
Cause like we associate post-nut clarity with mostly guys, so I wanted to.
No, women definitely like. Yeah, I don't even have to be here anymore. I feel like for me, it was definitely this one time with this one particular guy, and I don't know if it was the fact that he like rolled over and went to sleep that kind of pissed me off because why are you still here? Or.
So if the
because yeah, like it kind of blew me. Like I was like, oh no, like you could really leave, and I'm probably not like you won't hear from me anyway.
Is it because the sex was bad or?
No, it was okay. It was okay, and this is not somebody that's like, oh, it was my first time having sex with them. It was just like we had sex that particular time, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
That's the last time?
Was it the last time? Nah, I had spent the block like a couple years later, but I knew it wasn't gonna be nothing after. Like it was because sometimes I be doubling back.
I think post-nut clarity for men is a little different because for us, like I'll just speak for me before I even say, oh man, this is a me thing. And I think me and him spoke about this. I could be super physically attracted to Shorty, right? All the signs hitting for yes. I'll nut. And I realized I don't even want to be around you. Like, the only thing that attracted me was your looks. And that's what kind of got me into the mode of, I no longer do that. Like, no matter how much someone physically attracts me, unless there's some kind of depth there that allows me to be okay with you being around afterward, that I'll even bother.
Yeah, it was definitely another situation where I had that experience with this one particular guy. Like, I was like, oh, he fine. And then after we had sex, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not fucking you no more. And it might have been, but the sex wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. It was super mid.
Did you kind of set yourself for a higher expectation and then it just didn't hit because he was fine?
See, I don't be doing that because I don't like to be disappointed. But at the exact same time, like, I was just so underwhelmed.
It's like getting a plate of food and it looked good, but tastes like
It was okay. Like, I would have did this differently. Like, it was one of those,
Okay.
like, it's food.
So what do you think the disconnect is, though? Like being super physically attracted with someone, but not having that sexual chemistry? Like, how's that, like, why do you think that happens?
I mean, it might be a couple different reasons for why it happens, but at the end of the day, we be damn near having sex with people that we just not sexually compatible with, and then we don't find out until after the fact. So there are ways to have conversations with people and kind of see if there's some compatibility there. That doesn't mean it's going to be 100% compatibility, but you can kind of gauge if, all right, I know we ain't going to be compatible at all versus like, all right, we can have a little fun. Like, we can see what's to it. But sometimes that just don't happen until after you fuck and then you like, ugh. Now I know what it is.
I think, yeah, I actually fully agree with you. I can't think of much other to say than that.
Not you like, looking for reasons to disagree with me.
I was thinking if there was anything I could add. I mean, like that was exactly what I would have said. Like, I don't know. It's just you get there and you're just like, it's like, afterward and you're like,
okay.
You can take this plate back.
I might do like that. And
Or like, you know, you close it and then put it at the bottom of the trash, put something over it.
Slide it right in there. Like
you want to take home tray? No, I don't.
I'm good.
No, you can take that.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking about it in my head too. It's pretty fucked up. This restaurant I'm thinking about must be terrible. Restaurant is ass.
Yeah, like it's just like, ooh, I'm probably not returning.
Oh man. All right, I gotta get this restaurant shit out of my head because now that's my focus. All right, so kind of switch it up, right?
Okay.
We tend to have a lot of conversations about sex and the dynamics between like men and women, right? Like that's literally our bread and butter outside of stupid shit we say, right? There's an abundance of stupid shit said between the two of us, okay. Right? But there's like certain aspects of those dynamics that I always want to explore a little deeper, and having people who are a little more open to the sexuality kind of helps with that. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people who are like repressive when it comes to sexuality and certain sexual acts, right. And they see things in a certain light.
Right.
So now my question to you is, let's say, how would you bridge the gap as a sexual educator and a sex coach? How would you bridge the gap for people who see certain acts as outside their realm to either be more understanding of it or to even participate in it?
Now, give example.
Two things that I currently do. So, of course, on the Prhoevocative podcast, I don't just talk about like, oh, I had this funny sexual experience. As a sex coach, I have very specific episodes where I talk about these are the top 5 kinks that people are afraid to admit that they're into. Let's talk about it. And then I bring people on that might be into some shit. Like, for example, I just had an episode where someone is into water sports, which is piss play. So having this conversation and like, no, these are like regular people. Like people just walking around, like they could be from whatever walk of life. It's just, this is what they're into. And it's way more common than you might think. So you shouldn't be ashamed of it. If you like it or want to at least explore it, it's okay. Like at least after you explore it and you say like, all right, that ain't really for me, then at least you know.
Okay.
So that's one thing I do on my show. And then also I do what's called a Prhoevocative party. And people come and do demonstrations, myself included. So that also allows people to kind of like watch. And now they're like, all right, maybe I might want to, explore something a little more. So yeah, that's 2 things that I currently do.
Okay. Yeah, because like I've noticed it a lot, depending on what it is when it comes to, for instance, like pissing. I make jokes all the time because I'm an asshole. Right? I make jokes all the time. Like, oh, so you just want to be a walking urinal? That's heat. That's fire. Right? But to some people, that's actually the kink. That's exactly what they're looking for. There's other people who, depending on whatever it is that they're looking for, whether it's ass eating, toe sucking, all these different kinks that we know about, like there's certain people that just have full-blown hard nose without ever getting to the point.
And you can always find people that's into what the fuck you into. Like, you don't, like, what fucks people up is them trying to convince motherfuckers that ain't even like, oh, I'll try it. Don't try to convince a motherfucker that's like, that's a hard no. Now you violating their boundaries and they, you know what I'm saying? You trying to coerce them into some shit that their consent very specifically said no to. Like, so definitely don't do no shit like that. But if you got a motherfucker where it's like, all right, cool, I'm willing to try it or experiment or whatever. Now you have conversations about, all right, cool, how do we like map this out? How do we take step A, step B, and get to whatever point it is that we trying to get to? Like, for example, if you say like, all right, cool, I might want to engage in water sports with you. What does that look like? Maybe it look like, you know, your chick holding your dick while you pee. That's it. Then eventually she started playing with the piss. Then eventually, like, all right, now I might pee in the shower. Like, how do you take it up a notch? But you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start with baby steps to even know, like, you know what I'm saying, what are you comfortable with? Because you might get to a certain point, you like, ooh, nah, wait, let's slow down. I might not be with that, whatever. But yeah, I think that you just have to, again, make sure that you find somebody that you're compatible with and is willing to explore different shit with you.
If I'm keeping it a stack, I don't think any shorty's gonna have better aim with my dick than me. So I would feel.
It's not about that.
It's about her getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, like it's about the comfortability. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that's like, all right, they don't even want their chick to be in the bathroom with them type shit. Like,
I don't give a fuck. I want you to see this amazing game. Shit is fire. I catch that shit from across the room, son.
Yeah, but again, it's not a
sniper with it, bro.
It's not about that. It's not about that. It's literally about, you know, getting comfortable, whatever. And or she might be the motherfucker where it's like, all right, she wants to do it to you. So like, what does that look like?
Yeah, like that's the part. Like I'm not fully against it. I've never done it. Right? Luckily, it's never been asked of me, and I've never been like, hey, you know what'd be great? Me, you. And maybe some pee, right? I've never done that.
Pee is crazy.
I've never done that, right? So that's not really in my wheelhouse and shit, right? But like you said, there's hard no's. Like I have certain hard no's, right? And like one of my hard no's is a pretty funny one. But I'm slowly.
Every episode we talk about this.
I'm slowly coming around to maybe a possibility.
Really?
Right? And like toes. I don't like toes by my face. I don't like toes. I don't like feet touching me, period. Right?
Oh, you one of those. Okay.
Right? I don't like feet. I don't like my feet.
You when you was a kid?
I'm from Brooklyn. Getting stomped out was something that happened occasionally if you talk crazy to the wrong people.
So you don't want no feet. Get them away.
I've seen a lot of Pumas and under Nike checks. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like I don't like feet touching me. I don't like my feet touched. Right? So it's kind of like the same thing. I don't like my feet touched, and then I don't like, people touching me with their feet. But I'm like, okay, maybe this is just, again, me discovering more insecurities of mine. Maybe I need to be a little more secure in myself. Yeah. Right? I read some comments from a previous feet video that we had that made me think that maybe, just maybe, I need to get up on my feet game and kind of, explore a little bit more. Right? So like I said, it's finding those spots. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where you can kind of feel a little more comfortable in yourself and allow some things that you might not have allowed previously.
It might be like, all right, cool. They in socks and they just own you. They're like, all right.
You know what grosses me out? The socks with the finger toes.
The finger toe
socks?
Oh,
them shit's gonna be hot, bro. Like, get them shits out of here. Like, you take off your shoes and you have those on, get the fuck out of my house. Seems like completely contradictory. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, this was fucking awesome. I feel like I learned a lot. Mel, did you learn a lot? I learned that you're trying to fist bitches, but other than that, did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
How to get the fist in there?
Man, y'all funny.
Yeah, prayer hands.
Yeah, that's definitely the episode name, prayer hands. That's so crazy. What the fuck is this? All right, yo. With that being said, man, we really appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. This shit was a fucking blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going up for Battle of the Sexes, y'all. This the last show of the year. We did Chicago in June. We did Atlanta in August. We just did St. Louis this past Saturday. Now we doing... Yeah, like, so we wrapping this shit up. Super exciting. The show is thrown by FC Network, which is a podcast and media company in Chicago, and Prhoevocative is a part of that, along with other shows we have. We have the Terry Rosen Podcast, which is a dating show. We got No Designer, which is all about fashion. We got Bonnie with Boogie with a Perspective, which is poetry, art, music. We got another show dropping, Her Nut Matters, some more shit. Like
Her Nut Matters on fire.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, we doing a lot of shit in Chicago because, you know, y'all in New York, so y'all low key like at an advantage. Y'all at an advantage. In Chicago, it's tough being a podcast.
I bet. New York is definitely it's the mecca of a lot of things. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So it's just super dope for us to be out here like vibing with y'all and collaborating and shit.
New York,
like
or
that.
you been in New York before?
Nah, I've been in New York before, like a couple different times, but it's been a minute. Like I literally, the last time I was in New York was the week y'all shut down back in 2020. Like I was here and like I got here and then like we hearing like everybody talking about how they finna shut down Broadway and they like I was here when all this shit was getting shut down. Then I go back to Chicago. Now Chicago shutting shit down. I'm like, damn. I was like literally outside when outside was closing.
That's fucking nuts. That shit was heat for me though. I loved it. I just got to stay home and they paid me.
Like once I got home and I stayed home, I was just getting into shit. I was like a kid. Like when you leave a kid alone for too long, I just started doing shit. And that's when I started my whole phase. It was the pandemic's fault.
Thanks to COVID.
COVID. It was COVID's fault. It was COVID's fault. I would have never had that much time alone to be thinking like that. It was COVID's fault.
COVID over here promoting whole shit. I love it. Let's go. Side effects.
Shit.
Yo. With that being said,
coming.
Definitely. Shout out your pod one more time.
Yes. Check out the Prhoevocative podcast. It's Prhoevocative. It is on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever the hell you listen to audio podcasts. My Instagram is at Jody Prhoevocative, JodyPrhoevocative.
And if you didn't catch all that spelling, I'm going to put the shit in the bio anyway. Right? You know what I mean? But, yo, thanks for pulling up. Thank you guys for watching. Holy shit, this was fun. Mo, take us out, bro.
Yo, actually, I want to thank everybody for coming to the live show.
Facts. I can't believe I didn't do that. Ain't shit.
Amazing time. We did our first live show in the City Winery, and it was amazing. It was great. We had some strangers in there that we didn't know. I thought it was going to be all, like, home team and family and close supporters, but there was a lot of people in there I didn't know. I appreciate y'all for that. Be on the lookout for the next one.
Facts. And with that one, we out. Peace.